Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Triple Take Podcast. I am Jacob, your host. With me, as always, but not super as always, is Lance and Zach.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
Lance, that's your camera right there.
Okay, it's good to be back.
Yeah.
Good
You were
to be
definitely
back.
missed. Happy to have you back here.
You were.
I am bringing in takes galore tonight. So
Didn't
I'm
come with a
excited.
laptop, but
I came prepped.
it's okay.
He's raw
I
dogging
got
it.
my prep right here. I'm not raw dogging it.
He's short dogging it.
I show up and I show out. That's my job. So.
Okay, if you say so. We had some good stuff this week happen in the news. I think we're going to roll right into that first. Yep. Weekend box office, Snow White, 16 million opening day, 43 million opening weekend. It's pretty freaking bad.
I think we all knew it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it'd be this bad.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a great showing. So I was one of the rare people who actually went and watched it just this morning, actually. I didn't think it was horrible. Now, I don't like Snow White to begin with. I think the story's kind of stupid. There's not much plot to it. But it was fine. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen in the movie theater. I've seen a lot of stuff that's a lot worse.
The Kid Who Would Be King.
You said you saw it in IMAX, too. That just seems like extra... Why spend the extra money to see a shitty movie?
As an A-lister,
Stubbs, baby.
You wouldn't
Okay.
understand, but as an A-lister, I get to watch everything in premium
Yeah,
formats
so-
for $19.99. So if you're out there and you're a moviegoer, unsponsored,
I don't know why you're
AMC.
saying that. Hey, AMC, hit us up, please. We'll take free popcorn.
absolutely. But for now, unsponsored. But I thoroughly enjoy AMC A-list. Yeah.
I think that's one of the only things that like the movies have going for it right now. It's like the movie pass stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really the only thing getting people back in seats.
Yeah, honestly, yes.
I mean, we've talked about this before, but like I used to go to the movies every week. At least 3 times a month, I'd go to the movies.
Oh, that
And
was us,
I haven't
for
been,
sure.
I haven't been to the movies in a long time.
You need to get the A-list.
It's
You'll
been
be back.
The last time I went was 2 years ago, I think.
I think we were dwindling
Oh
at like when the Joker came out. That was like one of the last ones that we all saw together. Yeah, that really marked the end.
Did you see
for
what
me.
Quentin Tarantino said about the Joker? He was like, well, it's incredible. It's
Wait, Fully Deli, or whatever. The second one, right?
Quentin. Well, I don't know. The second one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's full.
But he said that
Bad.
I had no idea what you were saying. But he said that it's really fitting because the Joker was the one directing, and the Joker is the one who paid for it all, and it's effectively just calling everyone involved fucking idiots.
Yeah, he was taking shots at the director for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Snow White, really, really bad weekend.
I heard the Joker was also in Snow White, which is crazy.
Are we
Just shots.
okay? Bang bang.
Bang bang.
Yeah. So didn't see it. Probably not gonna see it. Lance saw it. Maybe he'll put out a review.
Oh, absolutely. It'll
on
be
the
out tomorrow.
Yes, on the website. Follow us on X, where you are the news.
I'm willing to watch it
You need to give it
when
a
it
logo.
hits.
What is our
Triple
website?
Take. TripleTakePodcast.com.
There we go.
Go enjoy it.
I'm willing to watch it when it hits streaming, just to laugh and see how bad this movie actually is.
Yeah, find out for yourself.
But yeah, I can't. I mean, Gal Gadot is not. I like Gal Gadot. She's not a good actress.
No, she was horrible in this. I
Yeah.
thought Rachel Zegler, who I thought I wasn't gonna like, I thought she did fine. I thought she was fine as Snow White. The dwarfs also did not think I would like them. Probably the best part of the movie.
Were they
for
as
me.
CG as we anticipated?
Yeah, they were straight.
Straight
CGI.
animated,
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
yeah.
I did see a reel where like there's a everyone's dressed in white and they're having a party, which is
That was weird. That was just at the complete end, so it was
What
just
the
like
heck?
a last sing and dance number.
well, you
but-
guys know like what the white parties they have in Hollywood, the Diddy parties.
Oh boy.
Everyone is.
Well, I was going to compare it to Gandalf
finding
finding Frodo in the
No,
bed
they're-
at Rivendell, but that's not it
We're
at all.
getting deep into the weeds now. So
all right.
Anyway,
well,
bring
anyways.
it back. Alto Knights was the other one that of relevance that premiered this weekend. Dare I say, even worse than Snow White. It had. By the way, this is the worst Warner Brothers opening in I think it was like 5 years or something, and it was super bad apparently. 1.2 million opening day, 3.2 million for the weekend,
I think
with a budget of 50.
I think the problem with movies as a whole this weekend that came out, because there was also the Jonathan Majors movie that came out, is they were really niche movies for like
That and-
people to watch. Like there's not a whole lot of people like there. it's not really a kids movie to go see a live action Snow White. It's not really an adult movie. It's like 60-year-old old lady movie. Like I just don't know who.
If you're
it's
taking a
for,
toddler to see
you know
that
what I
movie,
mean?
they're watching it no matter what.
And then Alto Knights is like, you gotta love Robert De Niro to be wanting to go see that.
Looking at the cast, like they spent their entire budget to get Robert De Niro in this.
Yeah.
And also, for those listening, I've been sick. My voice sounds terrible right now, so apologies.
Well, he plays. Sorry to hear that. He plays two people. He does a little Army Hammer, Winklevoss twins kind of deal.
Yes, but he doesn't play. It's not like he plays twins. He plays two separate characters that have no relation. So it's just weird.
Do they look the same, or are they like
fairly? I mean, you can tell they're both Robert De Niro. So
okay,
That's strange.
I'm looking at the main like poster for it, and yeah, you can definitely tell it's the same guy. I think one of them is like aged up a little bit though.
yeah, it's just.
It was really.
I mean, who is that for?
Well, that's dumb.
It was really, really poorly critically received. Just no one liked it, and it made no money. So, unfortunate. We had a lot of casting news this week, specifically today. We'll get that kind of in the end of this segment here. So we kind of have consistently gotten more HBO Harry Potter reboot castings. So we got Nick Frost as Hagrid, known for Hot Fuzz and pretty much anything else Simon Pegg is in.
He'll do a good job.
Yeah, I think he'll do great. Honestly, I think he's got the accent and then the beard. I think he can grow a pretty sick Hagrid beard.
Yeah, I think he'll be just fine. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, no. Well, of like the 4 or 5 that we've heard so far, he's probably my favorite.
Now, he was like everybody's fan cast. So he's like the first one that everybody's been like, oh, that's who they should cast. And they actually did. And
do you think it was damage control a little bit on the Snape casting? Like, we got to give him something good.
I don't think so, because I think if it's damage control, you would just not.
I guess maybe damage control is not the right word, but something to kind of bring people back to center.
Yeah, I mean,
manage the expectations a little bit more.
Possible. More. I still don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a situation where I'm tired of hearing who these people are going to be. Just start filming and showing me something. It's been drawn out too long.
That's kind of the way it's been going here recently anyway. I mean, specifically today with all the Avengers Doomsday casting, it's like, just start doing it. We kind of anticipate movies.
Yeah, wasn't this supposed to like be filming like a year ago at this point?
Well, they did a lot of changes when the Kang stuff went down.
Oh, yeah.
So I think a lot of things got pushed. A lot of things got renamed.
Well, no, I'm talking about Harry Potter specifically. Like,
I'm sorry.
Weren't they supposed to start filming like a year ago for all this?
I don't think so. I think they announced like 5 years ahead of time.
Oh, I see.
So like it's been in the works for a long time. It's still going to be in the works for a long time. I think we're I think it's 2027.
Yeah, I was going to say at this point I'm okay with it. Hopefully that lends to a higher quality.
I just want to stop hearing about it. Like just go away and come back when you have something tangible for us to understand.
They're really milking it.
Yeah. 100%.
In other news, I don't even know how to say her last name. It's Hawkeye's wife, Linda Cardellini, I think? Cardellini, excuse me. She will play Pamela Voorhees in Crystal Lake. For those who do not know, it is a Friday the 13th prequel.
Linda Cardellini, a.k.a. Velma.
Yes, right? From the Scooby-Doo live action.
She is also the main character in one of my favorite, may it rest in peace, should not have went away, TV shows, comedy.
Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, great one.
Anyway, looking forward to that. I'll probably watch that, actually. I've kind of got into the jump scares recently.
Wow.
So
I've got some movies for you.
Oh, dude, I might be swinging your way now.
Wow.
That sounded worse than it meant to be, but yeah.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, we also got some... I hate that we bring it up so much. It is really the glue that holds this podcast together. Dexter, we got some more Dexter casting.
Are they? Wait. They're bringing John Lithgow.
He's back, baby. It's got to be in a flashback.
I was going to say
because Jimmy Smits is too, and I think he murdered Jimmy Smits as well.
Say his character dies, so he can't.
Yeah, I think both characters die, right?
Right. I mean, Dexter doesn't lose. Except for with the endings of all the shows they've made so far.
He loses his women,
you guys
that's
are
for sure.
misunderstanding. Yeah. This is a zombie show, Dexter Resurrection. They're resurrecting.
They're totally spinning it.
Yeah, complete twist on the franchise.
Twist.
An army of the dead people that he's murdered is coming back down.
This is a bigger twist than M. Night Shyamalan casting. Well, okay.
What, himself in
himself in
any of his movies?
In any of his movies? No, there's a new movie from M. Night Shyamalan on Netflix. It's
Trap.
like Trap. Yeah.
I've seen that.
The entire movie is literally just an ad for his daughter.
Is that his daughter singing?
Yeah.
No way.
I'm not kidding you. It's so his daughter's like a pop star.
Yeah,
And
wait, Black Raven or something like that. Yeah.
So the
name.
premise is there's a murderer and they're trying to catch him, and they like give out free tickets or something to this concert, right? And like everyone's in the concert.
Don't spoil this though, because I do want to see this. So
Okay,
don't
sorry.
go deep in.
Anyways, so
yeah, you're good. I knew all
you
this.
can kind of see this. They surround the area and they're trying, like the murderer's like kind of realizing it and he's trying to get out.
He's like a serial killer.
But the entire time, the pop star concert that they're at is just M. Night Shyamalan's daughter.
I did not know that.
It's
That's
just an ad
crazy.
for her like music career.
Now, is she the act? Because isn't the actress one of the pop stars? Is she the actress too?
No, she's the one performing on stage with all the
Okay,
posters
okay.
and shit around it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
interesting.
everywhere.
Well, I mean, she kind of acts in the end though.
I haven't seen the movie, but
You haven't seen the movie? Oh
no.
no, she fully acts.
Oh, she does.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, it's an ad for her.
I hadn't. That makes total sense because there are times that where they're just fully enjoying the concert. It's like this feels weird.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. No.
But shout out Josh Hartnett. I love that guy.
Josh Hartnett is great. I don't know. I've been like burned too many times from M. Night Shyamalan. I just don't really give a shit anymore.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got that going
saw
for us.
Split, right? Did you
I
like
saw Split. Yeah, I thought it was fun.
Okay.
He's got a handful of really good ones.
He's
but
had a handful of great
handful
movies,
of stinkers.
but the one with the pigs in the woods,
Oh, Village?
The Village. Yeah.
I didn't mind that one.
Never saw.
You should watch that.
I probably will.
Watch
mean,
that
it's
this
just
week
like-
and come back and tell us.
Well, it's college basketball.
Yeah, you've made me watch a couple of bad movies. You should watch The Village.
Okay.
I do think that swinging back a little bit to the performance in the movies this weekend, I do think that the college basketball tournament had a little bit to do with it.
It has to be. I
Yeah.
mean, think about it. Thursday, Friday, people are taking off work to watch college basketball.
yeah.
Saturday,
Boss, I'm
Sunday,
sick.
it's on at noon. I mean, like even this is like one of the times where even if like an Avengers movie's coming out, I honestly may wait until
I'll watch it Monday.
Monday, yeah.
100%.
So I think that I would be interested to see if it dips every year like this or if it's just this year. But I do think it was a mistake to bring out like what is essentially
Stop.
maybe.
Okay.
We are back after
No,
some
you
technical
don't have to tell. I'll
difficulties?
just cut it together.
No, it's okay. They need to know. Because I was in the middle of a thought.
Give the people what they want. Let everyone know.
Ball over movies.
I fucked
That's
it up.
what- that's
Jacob-
what
okay.
the-
I
Jacob
messed
caused-
up everything.
A lot of problems that you didn't see.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
Tell every camera.
Zach
Sorry.
and I saved them. So, it's fine.
It's all right. It's okay. We fixed it. We're back. Better than ever. About the same. Yeah, so, okay. Last streaming news. First 2 episodes of Apple TV, the studio came out. Seth Rogen and pretty much everybody in Hollywood is on that show.
I heard it was good.
I heard so too. I think I'm going to probably listen or watch it tonight.
Is it out now?
Yeah, 2 episodes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Did you not hear me just say that the first 2
I
episodes
gotta be
came
honest.
out?
I was reading.
That's okay. Netflix's Adolescence is making a bunch of waves. Everyone's watching that show. Jeremy Clarkson is watching that show. I follow him on Twitter. And he was asking about how they shot some scene.
He's got a lot of opinions about a lot of things.
He really does.
I like Jeremy Clarkson.
And a Farm. I love his show.
And a Farm.
Clarkson's Farm, great show. Electric State released on Netflix. Apparently it's the most watched movie of the week according to IMDb.
Yep. I mean, not much to compete with according to Snow White.
Was it the best Netflix premiere ever? Did I see that?
Nah.
No, there's no way.
Okay.
I wouldn't think so.
No, there's no way. Stranger Things would have probably killed.
Well,
Wait, maybe I'm
movie-
thinking of
movie-wise.
Adolescence. I think I'm thinking of Adolescence.
Maybe. I was one of the ones that watched Electric State, and I got to be honest, Chris Pratt just played Star-Lord.
Well, that's great because he's not in Doomsday apparently. So.
Which is a great segue, Lance.
Yeah.
I agree. So there was a ton of casting news announced today for specifically Avengers Doomsday, which is due to come out next May, 2026.
And I'd like to start.
Go ahead.
I think actually you and me are on completely different sides. So I have been Marvel pumper, dude. I've just been pumping that they're back. completely the opposite way now. This has done nothing but piss me off. Okay, so
What? Really?
I think rather than say who's in it, let's say the main characters that they didn't say were in it at all, that they have not confirmed. Well, if they're not in it, there will be hell to pay. Let's just say that. So
what I hear you saying is
Not a lot.
You hate Marvel and you hope it fails.
no, I don't hope they fail. I think they
He
deserve.
did it to us.
Yep.
I'm gonna do it to him.
Yeah.
I think they deserve to fail if these people are not in the cast. Let me just read them. Okay.
No, you're stuck in your way. Go ahead.
Mark Ruffalo, not in it as Hulk, is insane. If you're going to keep the guy alive, he needs to be in the movie.
What if we got a different Hulk?
Star
okay
Lord.
with that?
No, that completely takes away from what we're watching.
Give me Lou Ferrigno.
Star Lord, not in it as Chris Pratt, after saying that Star Lord will return at the end of Guardians 3.
Unpopular opinion,
No sense.
Edward Norton was a fantastic Hulk.
I think he was good.
Wong, not having Wong or Doctor Strange in the movie
I think that makes
zero sense to me.
No, I think it makes a lot of sense. After the last Doctor Strange movie, he's kind of fucked off with Charlize Theron.
Sure, but Wong is the defender of what is he
Sanctum
called?
Sanctorum.
Yeah,
right?
he's the.
It would make
how
sense
would you
to
not have him in there?
It would make sense to not have Doctor Strange. However, it wouldn't make sense not to have Wong.
Right, I agree.
mean, he's going to have to fuck around in there somewhere.
Not having Spider-Man is a giant miss. That's a bunch of eyeballs that you're going to miss out on, a bunch of preteen girls
a
that
lot of
will
butts
not
and seats
come.
that won't be there.
Well,
Yeah.
but okay, Spider-Man is pivotal to the Doomsday plotline. He's going to be in it.
You say that, but he's not mentioned.
He's going to be in it.
If
I think we're taking this pretty.
they mentioned 100 and some characters, and these were not any of them. So, like, what's the point of? Why would you go through a whole
I
list?
think probably to do exactly what you're doing is freak out about it.
I think that's the point. But in the comics, Battle World, Spider-Man is there.
Right, I agree. But I'm going to keep going.
Yep.
Because if these people are not in there, riots in the streets. Riots in the streets. They shouldn't just be in there. They
You're
should
gonna
be main characters.
You're going to see Lance carrying a stop sign down the street.
Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, not mentioned.
Kevin
fine.
Feige's head on a spike.
I get you don't like her, but she needs to be in the movie.
You can
it
keep
makes
that one.
zero sense for her not to be in the movie.
I think she's too powerful.
Valkyrie, not in the movie. Okay.
Big
Also,
Valkyrie fan.
I do like her.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
Who else have we missed here? I mean, there's some that make sense, like Scarlet Witch. Okay, she's dead. Fine. War Machine, not in the movie. Zero sense. They've literally been hyping him up as like becoming his own thing. They talked about him having his own TV show for a while.
Yeah,
and
he
now
had
he's
stuff in
not the
production
movie?
for a while, and
Yeah,
like,
but
he kind of
he's-
fell off.
His character's been a Skrull since Winter Soldier?
Right.
Civil War?
Right, I get that, but you would think they'd have something in there like, oh, he's back now. Or
Where's Rhodey at now? Because we know that he's been a Skrull, so where's Rhodey been this
they
whole time?
found him at the end.
They did? Okay.
I don't know what they did with him though. And then
They found him in obscurity somewhere?
So he's not paralyzed anymore, right?
Nope.
I don't.
He's walking, but not well.
Yeah, it'll be but that wasn't him. Is the
That's the question.
true.
so yeah. So I don't know what they'll do with him. That was a big mistake on their part. But and then
Yeah, that was just action figures in a sandbox. That was stupid.
now I do understand this one to an extent, but no TV show characters mentioned. I think a couple of them.
Oh, like
should
Daredevil?
pop
No, I
up.
totally agree. If we at least need to have at least one attorney on retainer for all these people, and
Now-
it should be memorized.
Now I think some of those guys will show up and they want that to be a surprise. These other guys should not be a surprise. They are the main Avengers. And if you're telling me they're coming in for cameos, that's horseshit. That is utter garbage. They are the best characters in the universe,
Fire
and you're not using them on a where your entire flagship property of Marvel is dangling, and you're not going to throw in the main characters, the best characters.
Which
Tom
ones are you? I was
Holland,
gonna say, what are you talking about specifically?
Tom Holland, Benedict Cumberbatch. Your
Cucumber
A-list actors.
Robert
You're not
Pattinson.
going to use in your A-list property, the Avengers. It's insane to me.
I don't.
Is utter garbage.
I
to
don't
me.
disagree. I have a question. Do you think that there are Avengers level threats and then like
Street
level threats.
Yes.
Because I feel like Daredevil would effectively do nothing to Doctor Doom.
Right, I agree. I think so. I think some of those TV show characters like him, maybe
Jessica
you want
Jones.
Moon Knight, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, bring him back.
I don't know. Moon Knight's pretty fucking up there as far as like power level goes.
I think he's also one of the coolest freaking characters that got. It just really sucks we haven't seen more of him.
I agree. I actually like the TV show.
I really like the TV show, yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I forget the actor's name.
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac was just kind of in everything for a second there. Yeah. And he got real hot, and then he's probably been dropped.
Kind of the Pedro Pascal treatment right now. Yep, 100%.
Yeah, he's just been dropped.
But I don't need to see them fighting.
He's
I would
also
just like to
Apocalypse.
see them show up, give some advice, something.
I just think that it's unfortunate if Matt Murdock just does paperwork the entire time.
I agree.
It's kind of what he's doing in the new season of Daredevil.
I
Except for last night's
I haven't
episode.
seen the last two. So.
Oh, you haven't? What? I texted you about it.
You bullied me back into watching Severance.
Oh, no. That means he's hooked. He's back. He's in.
You watch Severance on purpose. You're hooked.
I started it.
You're
I
there.
told you guys I would catch up
You're
for
there.
the pod.
What episode are you on?
I'm about to go to season 1 finale.
Oh,
episode 8
shit's
is
in the
finished,
fan.
so.
Awesome. Good. I'm glad.
It's not bad.
I'm shocked you stopped at the finale because the cliffhanger at episode 9
that would
leaves
make.
you on.
I can't go to bed.
It was 12:30, and I forced myself
no
to go to
tomorrow.
bed.
Just the kids can watch a movie. Who cares?
Anyway,
I don't
to be
have
the
school
counterpart
this week,
to Lance's entire spiel there, went a little off the rails. So confirmed actors that we got today. They had a live stream hosted originally by Chris Hemsworth, and it ended with Dr. Doom himself, Robert Downey Jr., which I still have mixed feelings about. We're not going to get into that. So RDJ confirmed as Dr. Doom, Chris Hemsworth coming back as Thor, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Paul Rudd Ant-Man, Simu Lee Shang-Chi, Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm, Eben Moss Bachrach, might have butchered that. He's the Thing. Lewis Pullman as Sentry, Ian McKellen back as Magneto. These are the cool ones. So we got a lot of X-Men.
Not hearing any Spider-Mans.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Ian McKellen as Magneto, Sebastian Stan back as Bucky, Kelsey Grammer as the Beast. I'm very excited about that one. James Marsden as Cyclops, also that one. Channing Tatum back as Gambit, Rebecca Romijn, Mystique. Patrick Stewart, that dude might die during the filming of this.
No, he's going to live forever. It's
Professor X.
He's going to live forever.
Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. I'm actually pretty amped about that one, too.
I didn't know that. So you're telling me that Patrick Stewart, somebody who's not even in the universe, is showing up and they can't even get freaking Spider-Man?
That's the whole purpose of this
thing. You
thing.
can't even get a literal Avenger in Spider-Man in the movie?
It's going to be released like next week that Tom Holland signed on for every... He's going to be in every single scene in this movie.
It's a joke, dude. Give us Tom Holland up front. Give us Benedict Cumberbatch up front.
On a platter with an apple in his mouth.
These main characters that everyone wants to see and give us freaking Patrick Stewart, who is in a wheelchair and literally died the last time we saw him in Logan. Quit giving us characters that you've already killed off and give us the main guys that we still want to see.
A version of him.
I heard that this is Kathleen Kennedy's last action was this release. To just piss you off.
Yes, I heard that too.
No, Kathleen Kennedy would never, dude. One thing she does is not kill people off.
What if? And hear me out. Okay, what if they just haven't gotten to it yet? Look, all these characters that you're talking about, I agree. There's a couple of them that I don't know are in Battle World at this point, but the majority of them are in Battle World. The story doesn't make sense unless Spider-Man's there.
Then give us his name. That's all I'm looking for.
Give us his name, Marvel.
To
an extent, I agree with you. If you're just gonna throw out all these big names, might as well throw his too. But Spider-Man is the character.
Exactly, and it's not like they're gonna. In the actors.
I'm telling you, for that exact reason, they're gonna milk it for all they can.
What's gonna happen?
They're gonna let people stew. Is it happening to you right now? They're reading you like a book, brother.
You know what's gonna happen?
Yes.
Do you know what's gonna happen?
I don't. Please.
They're showing us this, right? They're having a Spider-Man movie coming out next year. Mm-hmm. So what's happening is they're filming at the same time. We're going to get Tom Holland in a tiny little scene. We're going to see him for 10 seconds. And everybody's going to, whoop-de-doo. And we get to see him. But that's not what we want. We want Tom Holland leading the Avengers. We want Tom Holland, the main guy. And that's not what we're going to see.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Bull.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is Doomsday, and then we're also getting Secret Wars, right? Isn't that also coming out after that?
Yes.
So wouldn't it make a lot more sense that, the possibility definitely is there that he could be more heavily featured in that one, especially if it's this multiverses thing
But
Battle World, whatever.
Where is he? Why is he not there? Like, yes, we don't remember who he is, but we still know Spider-Man exists. He should be fighting.
This is true.
Like, there's giant plot holes with not having these people in there. Like,
to be fair though, no one knows who he is right now.
But they know that Spider-Man exists. They know Spider-Man. They just don't remember that he's Peter Parker.
Okay.
So there's no reason for him not to show up to the battles.
Anyway, so to finish out this list, we also have Letitia Wright, Black Panther, Tenakura Misha as Namor. Well, in the movie, he pronounces it Namor. So, anyway, yeah, Florence Pugh back as Yelena, Wyatt Russell back as U.S. Agent. Okay, all right. I'm a little bit like, why they bring in a U.S. Agent but not Spider-Man? I agree with it a little bit right there. That's the stupidest thing.
Here's my other thing. Why would they give us all their names? Now we know they're not going to die.
They're not exactly.
Like we didn't need those. Nobody's going to see Yelena in the Avengers. We're going to see Tom Holland and Spider-Man. And they don't give us those, but they'll give us freaking Red Guardian.
I got three more here.
People like Yelena.
So we got David Harbour as Red Guardian, Hannah Jo Kamen as Ghost, and then Winston Duke as M'Baku. That rounds out the list from today.
Embarrassing.
Take it or leave it. So that kind of rolls us into our first discussion topic. This was mine. Can Avengers Doomsday save Marvel?
So I'm going to go back. Okay, I'm going to switch gears. Marvel's already back. I would not feel this passionately if this was 3 years ago and they were just throwing out garbage movies still. With Daredevil, we're seeing it. I'm a full supporter in Thunderbolts. I think that is going to be a fantastic movie as well. I think Fantastic Four, third time's the charm. So we're going to see something good there too.
Indeed.
So, So I think Marvel's already back.
They're definitely on an upswing. I would agree with that. I just get a little bit nervous that they're trying too hard to replicate Infinity War and Endgame's level of hype. Like just throwing all these characters. This is an insane amount of.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot to juggle.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of actors, a lot of storylines. I think you're going to run into a lot of plot holes. We already have some pretty major plot holes. We already have some things that have not storylines that haven't been picked up in 7 or 8 movies. It just feels like it could go wrong. I hope that it doesn't. They got the Russo brothers kind of steering the boat here. I don't know.
I think we need to see, I would like to see a 3.5, 4 hour movie for this. I know that's crazy, but I would like to see, one of the longest movies that we've seen in the 21st century. Why not? Give it to us.
Yeah, give it to us with a box set and, 6 VHS tapes.
Yeah. When does Secret Wars come out?
I believe it's a year or 2 later.
Okay, because Secret Wars supposedly has Benedict Cumberbatch, whatever, already cast.
Yeah, but that's IMDb, so who knows if that's actually reliable. They're just giving you the main characters of Marvel.
I think I'm getting this mixed up because I think they're saving Battleworld for Secret Wars because that's more of the plot of the comics.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Doomsday is something a little bit different, but essentially it's Silver Surfer wakes up Dr. Doom. I'm trying to look and see what the plot's going to be.
Okay.
So I could have been a little bit wrong.
Yeah, so now you're with me on Fury for them not having Spider-Man.
You're a little bit frustrated. No. So if we're on Battleworld in the comics, they have to have Spider-Man there. But also, they don't have to have him in Doomsday, depending on what the plot is. However, if the plot is essentially what this is saying is that the plot is Silver Surfer comes by Earth, flies around Earth, wakes up Dr. Doom, and then they start fighting in New York or something. And if they're in New York and Peter Parker's not there.
If they're in New York, we better see Daredevil, we better see Jessica Jones, we better see Iron Fist, we better see Luke Cage, because you can have you could pick any city in the world. If you're picking New York, you need to see those New York characters.
I don't know where they're going to fight, but...
No, I want them to land in San Francisco and hang out with Kamala and, what's her name? Karen Page. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens here, but I am a little bit... I'm going to have to do a little more research on which comic they're trying to follow. Because I haven't really. I gotta be honest. I've kind of been like checked out a little bit of the Marvel stuff, just because like it's been so disappointing here lately.
But
like,
Daredevil's pulling you back.
Daredevil's pulling me back. Daredevil is so good. I just didn't think that Netflix had it in them. I gotta be honest. I didn't think Netflix had it in them.
Honestly, I think that the fact that it was so disconnected from the existing Marvel stuff is what made it better.
I didn't think that it was canon.
Well, I didn't think that initially it wasn't.
Yeah, and now it is.
Well, initially it was, then it wasn't. Now it is again.
I don't know how they fixed that.
A little snip, snap, snip,
with
snap.
Time travel, maybe?
Well, no, they never like
That's implying that there's a problem now. I don't think that there is.
There was never any canonical problem, but when they fired, what's his name, Jed?
It's always the
showrunner?
Jeff Loeb. He was in charge of all Marvel TV. And so when they fired him, they thought they were going to get rid of all the Marvel TV shows. That includes, like, he was in charge of all the Netflix stuff, but also Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I think that might have been a little bit of a Sonic thing, too, because there was a lot of people pissed about that. And then they kind of backed off and brought him back.
Really excited for Secret Wars, though, because if the plot of Secret Wars, essentially we get the Beyonder. And the whole point is that, like, Doomsday, or Doctor Doom is trying to get a hold of, like, Loki. Anyways, I'm excited. These two things are going to be incredible. I really hope they pull it off, man.
Doesn't sound like they are if there's no Spider-Man. So,
let's pause for a second.
How? Is it not plugged in?
Oh, yeah. It's not.
See? The bottom button. That's why you plug them in. Right?
Hey, we didn't go through what we're watching.
Yeah, I know. Let's get right into it then.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, long story short, I'm really, really excited. Lance is upset, and I will be right there to join you if we don't see some people in it.
All right.
Agreed.
Okay.
All right. So, what we've been watching this week, I can go first. I had some pretty great watches, and I had some pretty bad watches. Pretty two end of the spectrum-y for me this week. I watched The Nice Guys. That is just one of my favorite movies. I absolutely love that. I rewatched it. I made my fiance watch it with me. She quit paying attention at multiple times, and it really made me mad. My favorite scene in that has to be at the end of the movie. Ryan Gosling is at like this. They go to this event, and there's an open bar, and he's like next to the bar looking for someone, and the guy's like, "What do you have?" And he's like, "Nothing." And then he doesn't even say. He just like shakes his head. The guy's like, "Free drinks. What do you want?" And he like turns around and he's like, "Oh yes." And then gets drunk. He gets drunk at multiple places throughout the movie. Have you seen it?
Nope.
You need to.
I've never watched this movie, but I didn't. So I've seen that reel.
Yeah, you must have
times.
seen that.
I didn't realize that was this, but I will watch it.
It's so good. It's on Netflix right now, and it's leaving, I think, like end of this week.
I'm gonna make that a priority this week.
I'm gonna make a prediction here. I think it will score in your top 10
of all time movies.
Of all time, it is in my top 10. I love it. Russell Crowe is actually really good in it. He's good in everything, obviously, but just
slapstick comedy.
Their rapport is so funny. It's a Shane Black movie, and I really like Shane Black's Predator movie.
In the 1970s Los Angeles, a mismatched pair of private eye investigates a missing girl and the mysterious death of a porn star.
Yes, it's got some crazy connections, everything. It's so good. I love it. I also watched the Severance finale, just like everyone else in the United States except for Lance.
He's not quite there yet.
Getting caught up.
You're close. I watched Incendies, or however you wouldn't say that. It's French for...
bad?
No. French for on fire or something like that.
Okay.
So it's a Denis Villeneuve direction. It is... I've never... Okay, so I thought about how I would say this on here. I have never sat so long in silence after the twist of a movie. This was far and away the most effed up and most like chilling to my core twist.
Oh man, I'm watching it.
So ready. It's in French.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Where you watch it at?
I rented it.
Okay.
Because I'd seen this one. I had watched a scene from it on TikTok like over and over again. It's like this little clip of a guy with 3 dots on his heel and a lady on the edge of a pool recognizing him somehow. And it like, yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm in.
that was all it took for me. It is a really, really hard watch because of how horrible the things are that happens to this woman in this movie. And it's just about her 2 children after she dies unraveling her life and figuring out what happened to her because she played her cards pretty close to her chest.
Twins journey to the Middle East to discover their family history and fulfill their mother's last wishes.
Yes, that is exactly it.
And things go wrong.
Oh,
It's like a real
so
pain
horribly.
with a plot.
What?
It's like a real pain with a plot.
It's like,
Okay.
like I can count on my hand, probably on one hand, probably how many movies I've cried to. I cried. It was.
Aw.
All the Toy Stories.
Yeah,
were-
it was really.
all the Toy Stories.
So
and
Maylee was in the
Insidious.
kitchen when I was watching it,
Mhm.
and I was like, you know it's coming in like the first within 30 seconds
Of the movie?
No. In
Oh.
like when this scene comes up,
Yeah.
like the big twist, you can tell probably 30 seconds before what's happening.
Mhm.
Like the realization the characters are figuring it out, you figure it out in like the same amount of time, and then you're like, no, like I was like, no, and Maylee was like, what? Maylee thought something was wrong, and well, something was wrong. It was the worst twist, best but worst subject matter. I can't recommend the movie enough. Everyone just needs to watch it. It's just one of those.
All right. Well, I will put that on the list.
I also watched Con Air. Fucking terrible. I knew it was bad. Nick Cage movie where he is wrongfully... Well, he beats up this guy at the beginning of the movie, and actually it's involuntary manslaughter.
When was Con Air made? 1 second.
I want to say it was like 94.
97.
I was
Okay.
close.
When you sent that you watched Con Air, I was like, all right, it's an intensely Nicolas Cage movie.
It also is like... Who directed it? Is it Mike? It reminded me of Michael Bay the whole time.
Simon West.
Don't know who that is. I'm sure he had some other good stuff, but it just feels like a Michael Bay movie the whole time.
Yeah. He directed Lara Croft Tomb Raider, Con Air, Wild Card, and The General's Daughter.
Yeah, so it was an insane movie. If you haven't watched it, I guess watch it. I watched it.
Yeah. And The Expendables 2. Yeah, this guy's a gun guy.
I had a real, like this is, okay, it was Nice Guys, Severance finale, Incendies, and then it went Con Air, and then I watched Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, what brought you to watch that?
I was clicking around on Max looking for something, and I thought it would be good. I had a suggestion for like coming up, some ideas for movies to watch. I figured a subject would be like video game adaptations, which I thought would be a good one. Like we talked Mortal Kombat and some other things. I was like, I'll watch Assassin's Creed. I definitely watched it when it came out and forgot that it was so bad. I'm not kidding you. It's bottom 5 for me. It is unwatchable.
It's ungodly bad.
They try and be cool and like throw you into it and like just kind of assume that you know what's going on. Nothing is explainable. Everything is stupid.
Not even Michael Fassbender can figure this one out.
He plays 2 different characters, obviously. If you know anything about the Assassin's Creed franchise, you kind of play through your ancestors' memories.
Well, you effectively just walk out of the room at the end of the movie.
Yeah. And nothing really happens.
Nope. Nothing actually happened.
Nothing, and yeah, it's freaking dumb. It's bad and it's dumb.
I watched it when it first came out because, like all other young boys that had Xboxes, we played Assassin's Creed as a kid. This came out, and I remembered incredible times playing Assassin's Creed and just massacring cities.
It does such a disservice to the franchise.
Arm knives.
Yes.
And then I was like, maybe we get to see some cool assassination stuff.
So
Not really.
Remind me here or refresh my memory. There's never a scene where they talk about cutting off your ring finger to get the blade to come out, right? It's just like you have your hands and then they come out underneath your wrist.
Yeah.
Like you just do like a little Spider-Man thing and they come out. You're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So there's a scene at the beginning where he cuts off his finger to join the Creed. And like, I assume it's to either show.
I feel like this is a pretty flat plane.
Yeah, like that's not getting in the way.
No.
And it's also like if you do cut it off, you're definitely hitting these other fingers.
I don't think, and I'm watching the trailer right now. I don't think it's necessary or in the lore of the game.
It was just such a confusing scene because they basically have like a cigar cutter. And they're like all in a circle. It's kind of like Eyes Wide Shut style. There's candles and there's smoke and everyone's confused. And then he just cuts his finger off.
Yeah, to be fair, like I don't remember the exact plot of this movie. However, essentially, Michael Fassbender is like, I want to know about my lineage. And they take him to like a laboratory and hook him
No,
up to like
it's not that at all.
Not even that?
No, he's in prison for killing a bunch of people, and they're like, "Oh, we found the one guy that has the ties to his past, and you know where the apple is, the apple of Eden, like the Eve apple."
I remember them hooking him up to like a machine.
Well, he has no idea. He also doesn't know that everyone else at Abstergo is like they're part of the Creed. He thinks that everyone else is like part of the Templar.
Yep.
It's weird. It's just it doesn't make any sense.
It's
and
not
it's
a
bad.
good movie.
It's bad.
It is visually appealing though. It looked good.
Yeah, kind of.
I remember it looking good.
Okay, so have you seen A Knight's Tale?
Mm-hmm.
You know, at the beginning, it's playing like I don't remember what it. There's a song. It's like a modern classic rock song. It's like not like old timey music. It's like Back in Black or something, or like Highway to Hell, or I
can't
don't
remember what it is.
Anyway, it's playing like modern music.
Yeah.
It's just like that at the beginning.
Yep.
Like there's the scene, and then the eagle flies, which is that's like the only thing that's more accurate is the eagle.
Well, they made sure they got like, because in the game you like can jump from any height that you want to and fall into a
haystack,
a whole bunch of hay, right? Yeah. Nothing happens to you. So they made sure they got that shot in there about 8 times.
But no, like the first time they show it though, the lady accidentally falls into it. It wasn't even on purpose.
Oh,
it was so dumb.
Well, that's nice. You know, honestly, bad. With just how good you're saying this movie is, I might have to watch it again.
It definitely was one of those, like, as I'm watching it, I was like, yep, I remember it.
It can't be worse than Atlantic Rim.
That is true. That is true.
Sleeper movie.
It can't be worse.
If you're there at home, Atlantic Rim and the sequel.
I'm going to watch the sequel of that movie.
Oh,
does it get any better? The sequel?
I have never and will never watch it.
Oh, okay. All right.
At least you have.
I'm going to be the one that'll watch it. All right.
Oh man. So
I will do it.
That wraps up my watch list this week. Like I said, 2 ends of the spectrum, good and bad. So, very good and some very, very bad.
All right. I watched the Severance season finale. Voiced some opinions about it online. Got obliterated by the comments, apparently.
Yes.
People don't agree with me at all. Wrote an article about it. Feel free to go watch it or read it on our website. And now
click on some of the ads.
And click on some of the ads just in case.
Yes.
You know? So yeah, I thought it was like, I think I gave the final season a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, you did.
The second season a 9 out of 10. I gave the season finale a 7.5 just because I feel like there's a couple, the stakes could have been higher. That's all I'll say. The stakes I feel like could have been higher.
I think that you were a victim of your own expectations, just like most people with most things. But
sure.
I tend to agree with you.
I didn't hate anything about it, but I think that I think that I expected there to be more to lose at the end, I suppose.
I thought we were going to get more deaths, more major character deaths, but we didn't.
We didn't. No. I'm not going to spoil anything because I know Lance hasn't watched it yet.
Thank you. I'll be caught up by next week.
Good.
Goal.
But no, it was a fantastic season, and like it was nonstop thrill ride. Episode 7 of season 2. When you get there, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's genuinely like one of the best episodes of TV.
You might cry at that.
You might cry at that.
We talking Red Wedding style.
Yeah, and it's actually more. It's worse than the Red Wedding, but in a different way.
Yeah, they're not at all.
It's a different
comparable.
kind of bad.
Apples and oranges, but still fruit.
Different kind of bad. Also, Red Wedding, I've only ever been able to watch once. I skipped that episode on every rewatch.
You heard it here first, folks. Zach's a weenie.
Yeah, can't watch it again. Not a fan of the Red Wedding. Anyways, Daredevil, I am aggressively towards the end of season 1. So episode like 8 or 9. He just kind of sticks.
You're fully on board now.
Just kind of sticks. I'm on board. Big fan. Sticks and Stones. Just met Stones, so pretty excited about that. I watched Electric State. I thought Millie Bobby Brown was terrible.
So should I watch it? I've been interested in watching it. Would you watch it?
It was a fun movie.
Okay.
It was a fun movie. The budget.
Yeah, where did the money go?
Apparently there was some money laundering themes about it, right?
There had to be.
The CGI was incredible. It was really, really good.
Good.
Okay.
Like, essentially, there's a bunch of robots, right? The robots look really good.
Robots.
They look real good. Get past Millie Bobby Brown's acting, and you just get to see Star-Lord essentially just being an outlaw.
So I heard that there was a ton of brand placement in this movie.
Yeah.
And they were like, there's like a Pepsi robot. There's like like just random stuff.
Mr. Peanut's in there.
Is there a KFC robot?
Better than
I
a
don't
giant
think so.
Coca-Cola sign that we had to watch
It's
for
not
half
anything.
a movie.
Yeah, it's not anything worse than what Transformers did or Blade Runner for that.
Blade
for
Runner
that
is what
matter.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
Coke. Yeah.
It's
It's
just
not any
everywhere
worse.
in that movie.
No, I know that it probably looks like it was a lot of brand placement, and it definitely was. But also, there's like a reason as to why the brand placement's there.
Okay, good.
It makes sense.
As long as it plays.
I'd
in,
watch
that's
it
fine.
if I were you guys. It wasn't like a bad movie. It was good.
So I had heard
fun.
that it was kind of like Terminator in the sense that it's alien or like humans versus robots, but then there's like almost like a District 9 kind of spin on it where they get put in like a camp or something.
A little bit,
or a
yeah.
zone.
Effectively, okay, so just like a real high level overview of it is you've got humans. They develop AI and robots, and they're using robots to cut their hair and mow their grass and do all the things. And
But like this is like in the 50s though, no?
Yeah, the time is weird. The time is weird in this. But effectively, they're giving these robots like consciousness, and then the robots are like, "We want rights. Give us rights." And the humans are like, "No, we hate that. We hate giving away rights.
We didn't like giving rights to women.
Yeah, we hate that." And then they fight a war, and obviously robots are like, "Well, we don't sleep or eat or anything, so we're just gonna fuck you."
Yeah.
And
significant advantage there.
there is a big tech guy. He develops like this. You can effectively, like, humans can control their own robots from a computer, and they start battling robots with robots. And
So it was Chappie.
yeah, so they beat the robots back.
Oh, excuse me. Real Steel.
Not off. They beat them back. They put them in a big old, like, really giant open air prison, aka Florida, and that's the movie.
Good to know.
Yeah, there's a few twists and turns and some, whatever. It was fun. Again, how was Millie Bobby Brown getting acting jobs?
She hates movies.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, it was fine. Watch it. Chris Pratt's good. Honestly, his robot that he's like buddies with is a great part of the movie. It's fun. It's a fun that little buddy cop thing is fun.
Chips.
All right, I watched a couple other things. I watched End of Watch, which is a good cop movie.
Freaking love that movie.
It's fun. I like that one.
Actually, that's insane. I didn't look at your list. One of the other movies that I cried at.
End of Watch?
Yep.
You want to know the only thing I've ever cried at movie-wise, wasn't even movie-wise, it was TV. Jim and Pam's Wedding on The Office gets me every fucking time. I don't know why.
Man.
Every time. I just love those
Two
characters so
unlikable
much.
characters.
Never going to beat the
marrying.
weenie accusations.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, I watched End of Watch. It's a great flick. It throws you off at the end. You think it's going one way, it goes another.
Yeah, it does. It's like one of those weird. It's not like an expected twist. Most twists are unexpected, but
Yeah, this one
it's like a
kinda hit you.
twist.
It kind of hit you. I watched Dodgeball, which is just an old raunchy comedy. Big old fan of Dodgeball. And then we talked about Star Wars or something happened. I don't know. Anyways, I watched Star Wars Episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you say, Lance. I love Star Wars Episode 1.
I also
Okay.
love Star Wars. Episode
Everyone
1.
loves their terrible movies. So
Yeah.
So as I've gotten older,
Jar Jar isn't bad. He's just a
That
little
is
bit
crazy.
He's just a little bit awkward.
that
He's
is
misunderstood.
the worst take anyone has ever said.
You so wrong.
Okay, well, let's just skip past Star Wars episode.
No, I
1
have
and
to
pretend
mention.
it never happened,
So I watched it semi recently as well.
Okay.
This was the first time where I've really, really noticed the green screen kind of glow on a couple of them. If you see, there's a couple times where Qui-Gon is going through the like the red, like
The laser doors?
The laser doors.
Yeah.
There's a couple times when they open, you
Yep.
can see like a green hue around him.
Yep.
And it's like, oh,
Well, it's like what? This movie came out in 2000 and
a lot of it holds
Early?
up though.
Yeah.
I mean, besides a
What?
I will
the
say-
pod race, and that's it.
Oh,
Pod
man.
race holds up great.
Yeah,
really
pod
does.
race is
Here's
great.
what I'll say. I watched Star Wars Episode 1 as like, I think I was 9. I went and saw it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scene where Darth Maul comes out and Padme's like,
Dun, dun.
we'll take the long way around. That fight scene, god damn.
Duel of
If-
Fates, man.
if-
It's all John Williams, man.
That shit gets me so hyped. I could kick a fat kid. That shit gets me so hyped. I'm telling you, man. God damn, it was good.
I've thought about punching a hole in the drywall for sure. That gets
Yeah.
me going.
Yeah. It reminds me of the time, did you guys watch 300 in theaters?
No, I was like in middle school.
Okay.
My mom would have said, "No way, Jose."
I went and saw 300 in Indianapolis we were there for like a swim meet, like a bunch of high school kids. We were there for a swim meet in Indy. After the meet, we all went out and watched 300 in theaters, and all of us like, at this point, like we work out all the time, and like you can't tell now, but we were all in great shape. We walked out of that theater hoping someone would fuck with us. We were so fucking amped from that movie. That's how I feel when I watch that fight scene with Darth Maul.
Beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, hell yeah. Please fuck with me.
You should look into that. All right, Lance, what'd you watch?
Daredevil. Watched a little bit of that.
Yep.
Iron Fist season 2, and I may be the only person on the internet saying this. I want more Iron Fist. Give me Iron Fist. Bring him back. It's cheesy, sure, but Danny Rand is the man. Bring him back. I want to see him show up in Daredevil. I want to see him have his own show. Give me a Heroes for Hire with Luke Cage. Give it all to me.
I'm sure that the guy that plays him would also love for that character to come back.
Finn
I don't
Jones?
think he acts in anything now.
I think that you're more likely to see that happen, Iron Fist come back, than you are to see season 3.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's dead. Dead in the water.
But they wouldn't know because they can't see.
Severance. Was watching Severance.
Yeah, what do you think so far?
It's fine.
It's good to elaborate because I am also very interested.
So there's a lot of... I want to know what the goats are about. That's really where my heads lie, like the goats. I want to know the goats. And judging by the reaction, I need to know what the goats are about, so I'm excited. Hopefully I'll see that next episode. Do I see that next episode?
You got a ways.
I don't see it in the finale.
Well keep on wondering,
That's
brother.
disappointing. But anyway, so I'll work on catching up to that. But
you see him again, but yeah, you got a ways.
You don't understand. Okay. Yeah.
Also, there's goats. Like there's goats everywhere in the show.
They're sprinkled around.
They're in almost every scene. There's like there's a goat something.
The one thing that really did hook me in was the waffle party. Was not expecting that at all. The post waffle meal with the dancing, was what was going to happen after that. So
I think I think there's implied coitus.
That's what for sure. But it was just so like that kind of it's twisting now. It's getting interesting. Like 1 through 6 really didn't have me.
There's a lot of like
7, 8. Now I'm starting to see.
They said specifically that Dylan was going to tame the 4 tempers, and by tame.
Yeah. So my eyes are starting to be opened.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll definitely finish it.
You're reintegrating.
I gotta know what's happening. And then I watched the Avengers. Still good movie.
Avengers 1.
Avengers 1. Don't know if I'll be watching Avengers Doomsday, so I had to get my Avengers fill. I'm just kidding. I'll watch it. I'll watch it, but it'll still piss me off.
That first Avengers movie is still great.
Yeah, it holds up.
I gonna get a little high school raunchy here. I remember so vividly all of the dudes because we were freshmen when it came out and in high school, and how much we talked about Scarlett Johansson being Black Widow.
Can I actually tell you something?
Yeah.
I was not one of those people because I did not watch I watched one superhero movie.
I know.
In high school.
You watched them all freshman year of college.
Because I was cursed. Okay, so listen to this. So the only superhero movie that I saw in theaters was the Wolverine, where they're in Asia.
Oh my gosh,
Origins?
No, not Origins. It's just called the Wolverine.
Oh,
it's where he steals his power.
So I went into theaters and watched that, and I guess just in my brain, that's what all superhero movies were like. Didn't touch a single one through all of high school.
So I have a very vivid memory. I said this twice now. So I was walking to Conspiracy Theories and Scandals, which is a class that I didn't go to, but 3 times, and got an incomplete. Not enough. So I'm like walking by. You're at this like high desk, like this high table, and you have your laptop and your headphones on, and I like happen to see that you're watching Avengers or something, or one of those, and because this was like that 2016 was like early Phase 3, late Phase 2, right?
Phase 2,
I think Ultron just came out.
Yeah, I missed Ultron in theaters.
It was...
And then haven't missed a single one since.
That's lovely. And yeah, I'm glad I got to watch that.
But yeah, I mean, it took me 3 or 4 weeks to watch all of those. I had watched some of Star Wars, but I watched them all fully throughout. I had watched all of the DC movies up to that point. I watched.
Wait, you're saying you hadn't watched
not
Star
all
Wars?
of the Star Wars. I had watched the original trilogy.
I had to beg him to get to watch the prequels.
So the conversation that we had in my high school about Scarlett Johansson was Scarlett Johansson or Anne Hathaway, because both Dark Knight Rises and like Avengers, they kind of came out at the same time. Both heavily clad in leather.
Rises was like...
It was the second one.
2017, right? I remember watching that at like cross-country camp.
Yep. A lot of talk about those two.
2015.
I was going to say it would have been like 20.
For those wondering, both good in different ways. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into the big one. Movie of the week, we decided off camera. We did not let you guys know this week what we were watching. We decided to watch The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the Hunger Games spin-off film, or prequel, if you will. Kind of in anticipation of the new book release that released, what, Monday?
Yep, and Snow White, Rachel Zegler. So it just kind of fit both. So
it fit well. So, yeah, Zach, your notes are up first. Go ahead and just give us a little whatever.
First, I'm noticing that I forgot to write a number 3 for our discussion topics. My bad.
That's okay. Oh, yeah, actually, we didn't even hit the other discussion topics.
We hit the one. Well, I think we'll run into the second one.
So the second discussion topic is Rachel Zegler overrated or actually a good actress? And I think we're about to figure that out.
It actually says overhated.
Overhated. Oh, well.
Same deal.
Anyways. All right, so we watched The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I got to be honest, it was a hard watch. I gave it a 4 out of 10.
Crazy.
I went into this movie, I hadn't watched it before. I went in thinking that this was like a prequel to the original Hunger Games movie, and it was about the original Hunger Games.
That was your expectation.
That's what I thought it was.
That's just you not knowing the lore, though. No.
Okay. I was kind of lied to. I thought it was about the first Hunger Games. Turns out it's less about the first Hunger Games, and it's more about Hunger Games Eminem, a.k.a. Mr. Snow.
Coriolanus Snow.
Coriolanus Snow. I called him Hunger Games Eminem. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. My notes were Ziegler's character is immediately unlikable, annoying, cocky, Southern accent. Why? Why does she have a Southern accent?
She does have a really, really bad accent.
It's not good. It drives me nuts, and every problem is solved by singing.
Brief overview here. Little teeny tiny synopsis.
Yep, go for it.
This takes place 10 years after the battle for like Pan Am. So there was a rebellion. They lost. The Capitol crushed them.
Yep.
And now to punish all of the
territories,
and districts, they
the districts.
take one boy and one girl from each district, put them in an arena, and have them battle to the death, and then whoever wins at the end.
The whole idea is that like this serves as like a reminder to not rebel again.
Yes.
Because anybody could go and die at any time.
But it's very much the opposite, or it's the kind of the birthing pains of the modern
day.
Yes.
So I guess that is fair, because it's like this is like what the new modern day Hunger Games are turning into. Because this one essentially, like Peter Dinklage's character was, I think he said he was the original creator of the Hunger Games, so 10 years prior. So he's
mastermind.
He was one of them.
Yeah, and he like hates his creation, and he wanted this to be the last one anyways. And then the Capitol is like, well, no one's watching this thing, so no one even really cares that it happens. Anyways, thanks to Hunger Games Eminem, comes up with some good ideas and
Viola Davis
and saves the whole thing. So that's fine. I said, please God, I hope this isn't a musical. Peter Dinklage. I like Peter Dinklage. I don't really love his opinions on a lot of things that he says out there, but I like Peter Dinklage. I think he did a fine job.
Little people can be in movies as long as it's him.
Yeah, it's got to be him.
That's not okay to say. Oh, is that what he said?
Effectively.
You didn't listen that far into the podcast last week. We had pretty strong feelings about what he did to the would-be little people in Snow White.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he tweeted out that it was like classless to have little people play the dwarves.
We're paraphrasing big time, but yes, that's the
But it's
gist.
We came to the conclusion that it was effectively him taking money out of other little people's mouths.
Now, I was on your guys' side, and I still am to an extent, that they should have had little people playing good roles. But originally I was under the impression that the Snow White dwarfs were not like small. Them being CGI did kind of change.
Well, so
it
went through a couple different iterations.
Because originally they were just going to be people.
No, they originally were going to be dwarves, and then
Yes.
Peter Dinklage said what he said,
Yep.
and then they changed them to what looked like just a group of like homeless looking people.
Yes, and that's where it bugged me.
Yeah, that threw me off because that was an actual set photo from filming.
Okay, that's
And
what I
then
thought.
the internet went up in flames, and they changed it immediately, and it went to CGI.
And
interesting.
But
I think I'm not saying that was great. I'm saying those people should have gotten roles.
yeah,
But what they landed on was not the worst thing.
what
It could have been much.
It could have been way worse. But
So-
our point was that so Peter Dinklage, known for playing Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones, in the lore in the books, Tyrion is a little person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's okay if he plays something that's lore accurate as a little person, but it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Why would it not be okay if it's played by dwarf? If they want to play the characters, let them play the characters.
Yeah, to the point where they kind of
Derailed the whole thing.
Yeah, well, they changed it to Snow White. It's not
Yep.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's just man, they just really ruined it.
All right. Anyways, so they throw all the contestants in a little cage. Somebody dies. I said Down syndrome kid is doomed.
So that is that in the book?
It doesn't specifically say
That really threw me off.
Yeah.
It's like
it doesn't
she-
specifically.
So you don't
say
really
that
notice her
He
at
has
all?
Down syndrome.
It's a girl.
No, she has Down syndrome. Sorry, but
The character clearly does.
yes,
Yeah.
but it does mention like mental. Like,
Well, yeah. It
things
also
going
it was
on.
just
Yeah.
Like there's
if anything
some sort of
I just feel like they
disability
could've-
there, but it doesn't specifically say this character.
They
that she
could have
has Down
definitely
syndrome or anything.
softballed that character into us rather than having her show up out of the blue
on the train.
On the like.
They're like, whoop. There
I
you
mean,
go.
shit. They just dropped that on you, and it's like, whoa, what are you doing here?
She's also not like the fact that she was like a little girl also and Down syndrome.
Well, in the
it
book,
was like man.
in the book that's,
That's
used to like
unfortunate for her.
Yeah.
in the book that's used to like show how heinous the
No, a mission
Capital
accomplished.
is.
Though,
Yeah.
because it was like
No, it's terrible.
it was like their evil knows no bounds.
right.
Yeah. But yeah. Spoiler alert. She doesn't make it.
Oh.
She doesn't make it at all.
There can only be
Okay,
one.
wait. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Isn't she the one that stabbed? Did she stab?
No.
Okay.
She hid the entire time.
Okay. No. In the cage.
Mm-mm.
She
Different
didn't.
girl.
She didn't do that.
Different
okay.
girl, because
okay.
that girl that
No,
girl
that
that
wasn't
stabbed somebody with a vodka bottle died immediately.
Okay.
She got shot like 18 times. They just stopped. They just kept shooting her when she was down already.
Okay.
All right. So with the original Hunger Games movie, Katniss Everdeen was up moving around. She had like a little moment where she was asleep in a tree for a second, but like she was up doing stuff. In this, the Ziegler's character just hid for pretty much the entire time, and then she would sing a little bit. Didn't enjoy it. I didn't like the idea that it was like told in 3 parts, because I thought the movie was over when the games were over, but then we had a whole other like hour left.
Yeah. Well,
So what were the 3 parts to you? Because I've always seen it like in my head, it's cut into 2 parts. It's
no.
it's Hunger Games.
actually
and
is
then
cut into
Yes,
parts.
I mean
Yeah.
I get that, but I get okay. I see.
Well,
what you're
there's
saying.
like the first part lead. That's the first and second part are very very similar.
They
yeah.
are.
I don't.
The
know
third,
I don't
the
think
third
it
part.
needed to
I see.
be-
That's okay. That's
in
where
the
I
book.
agree with
In
you.
the book, it does split, but always in my head, I think
The movie is
games and then post games.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
I mean, they dabble briefly
It
at the
could have
beginning
been
on Coriolanus.
2 different movies, because it effectively was 2 different stories.
And I would have
especially
loved to
especially
have
out in
seen
12.
that.
yeah,
I would have loved to have seen that because actually like you said, you didn't like
I didn't
post
enjoy
games.
it.
That's in the book. That's my favorite part.
I'm sure, and they could have fleshed it out a little bit better.
Yeah.
I just thought that it kind of really came off whiny, and Hunger Games Eminem cried a whole bunch. Just didn't like it. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like they could have went 2 different movies or 2 movies with it.
Mhm.
I don't know. Again, I had a hard time watching it. I said the whole third act is cringe. It is what it is. The Jabberjays really, got a guy killed. That's fine.
That was such a plot device. It was. Yeah, I didn't.
That
really thrust in your face.
From
it was
very
like,
beginning.
oh, do you guys remember Jabberjays from the other movies? You know this word? You know this thing? It was. Yeah.
Oh well, no, because Jabberjays was that mentioned in the other Hunger Games movie, or is Mockingjays?
They're different. So Jabberjays started. I think they mentioned Jabberjays in the new books, but they're a different species now.
Yeah. So
all right. So
it leads into them being genetically manipulated.
Yeah. The birds are Mockingjays in the original 3, and then in part 2 of this movie, the president shows Cornelius a Jabberjay, which essentially is just a microphone that flies. It's a bird. It gathers all the information and it comes back and tells you what was said.
Birds aren't real.
All right. Anyways, I wrote down Hunger Games. Minimum cries like a baby and is having a mentee B. I got to be honest.
Is that a mental breakdown?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
mentee B. The worst acting, however, in the entire movie has to go to Peter Dinklage and sorry, spoiler alert, his death.
It's bad.
It's not good.
It's like
has he ever died on camera before? Because he doesn't look like he's ever tried.
Not to my knowledge.
And that
he's usually
was
doing the killing.
Fucking terrible.
It's not very good.
Not good at all. Anyways, hard watch, 4 out of 10. Boo! Don't watch it.
I'm gonna go next. I know you're next on the list, but you're also a hater, so I want to.
I'm not really that much of a hater.
So, I give this movie a 7 out of 10. But so a couple of things that you mentioned. I think one of the main problems with the story, and I completely agree that it's flawed. A lot of stuff that goes on in the book goes on through Coriolanus's head.
His internal dialogue.
His internal monologue,
okay.
Yeah. So a lot of it's going on there where you're like, where he's turning on Sejanus. Like you see, like he never really likes Sejanus ever.
So I apologize.
No, you're good.
So like the Sejanus and his relationship, it was alluded to heavily at the beginning. So like he comes into like their little political students thing, right? Mm-hmm. It's very indicative or very much a part of his character. Like, I don't know what the right word is, but he's a liar. Like he lies about everything. He tries to make himself like be this high class person who actually lives in the slums. Mm-hmm. But then like he's supposed to hate Sejanus, but then it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, they didn't really.
It's strange. It's a weird dynamic. I'm curious, is that...
So in the book, it's more, he doesn't really like him. He's always kind of pretends to like him, like once it starts benefiting him.
Is it like means to an end where he like uses him?
Right.
Okay.
100%. It's more like he sees that he's useful to him, so he's just basically getting what he wants from him. So he's never like... Now, there is a point where he kind of, like, enjoys having him around, but once he realizes what Sejanus is actually doing and going through,
so
it was never really, like a battle with him. Like, as soon as he found out that he was, giving guns and giving guns to it was never, like, much of a question. Now, he did feel bad about it afterwards, but that was more because of he didn't want Lucy Gray finding out what he had done.
So
it had nothing to do with.
Was he in love with her?
Yeah, 100%. He was in love with her.
Because that was like,
what
kind of up to interpretation,
she
right?
Just
Am I
disappeared.
wrong?
So was the whole point for her to get away? That was.
So it's up to interpretation.
Or was she real at all?
She was real. Okay. So the interpretation.
M. Night Shyamalan.
So the interpretation
takes place
part
in Philadelphia.
is more like
born and raised.
You don't actually know whether she had caught on to him. And whether she was actually like trying to kill him, or whether
what was she upset about? Was she upset that she? So I know I'm kind of hijacking here.
No, this
but
is perfect. This is the chance for me to defend the movie.
So she's so upset with him for killing 3 people, but 2 people is like totally fine.
She knew about the 2.
Yeah, but who cares?
So when he said 3. She thought...
So she clearly does not buy the I killed myself.
No, she thinks that he's talking about Sejanus. Or we don't know that. Because she never actually says she's mad or anything like that.
So it's the guy in...
He thinks in his head...
In the arena, and then the dude the chick that he shoots in the back, which is came out of nowhere. By the way, that was like,
it's like that.
Where do you learn how to shoot a gun?
So, but
I think I'm gonna miss that part. I gotta be honest.
You don't know what we're talking about?
I have no idea. The part, shooting the girl in the back.
I
might have been just totally gone at this part. I don't know.
Okay.
I was doing laundry.
Lucy Gray is performing at the the common space, right?
Yeah.
That's where he sees her.
I think she's a singer, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow,
right.
You got to rewatch the movie, man. You did. You missed
he's
a
a hater.
bunch
He's
of it.
hating. You're not picking it up
I'm
at all.
being a little bit funny right now.
A little facetious.
Yeah, she sings at some point.
Sidebar in a sidebar though. So the song that she's singing with the snakes.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
It's by Dixie Chicks, right?
Yes. Well, no, but I don't know. But she's saved. She's saved. Not because of that.
Lady
but
Antebellum,
of the
actually. Yeah.
The song that she's actually singing though is one of the death funeral songs. So she's singing because she thinks she's gonna die. It's her funeral song. She wanted someone to sing at her funeral. So, so that's what was going on.
And the hanging tree also. That's like a big connection to the modern movies.
Yeah. So like a lot of the songs have. And it's like that in the Hunger Games too. There's a lot of singing and stuff, but
so my question then is, why the massive change? Like, she was okay with him being evil, but like to an extent, I guess.
Right, but here's what you're missing. Okay, we don't actually know that that's true. That was all going on in Coriolanus' head. We're not even sure that she knows that he was lying. She disappears, and he starts panicking. What you're seeing is his panic.
So what's up to interpretation is who's using who?
What's up to interpretation does Lucy Gray actually think that he killed 3 people? Does she think he's a bad guy because of it? Is she trying to attack him, or was she just trying to run away with him and his own internal stuff?
I think the casting did a disservice to that. That guy is as wooden as a
I think he's yes. I do not think he's a very good actor.
He's
he's not good.
No.
Does he end up killing her?
That's what's also up into interpretation is
because
when
I think that
we didn't outright see that.
He doesn't actually see her.
He hits the tree and then it looks like she falls.
So we don't actually see her at all in there. We don't know whether he's actually seeing her, whether it's real, whether it's fake, whether she had run away, whether she was coming to him.
Yeah.
We have no idea.
So like this whole part that we're talking about is what I would consider like Snow's rosebud, if you will, right? It's like what makes him who he is. Because I think at this point in the movie, he still loves her.
I would argue, though, that Snow's rosebud is really the Jabberjay with Sejanus. Like that's where he made
did it himself.
Right, but that's where he made the choice to be
a soldier or whatever.
Capital
peacekeeper.
Capitalist supporter. Yeah. Whereas. But this is the part where we see him go full
bore. Okay.
And we don't actually know whether Lucy Gray even knew. Like, we have no idea. Like,
Definitely
she may have.
It.
And see, that I think that
and that's what haunts him into the future.
So the problem I have with the movie is that you have all this additional information from the book. Like, right. It's an adaptation. I totally understand that. But, like, you should almost have more information because we're able to see these things play out, and we're not getting that.
I would have liked to have seen them in the movie have like some thought, like voice.
Why not have an internal dialogue? Yeah.
I think that would have helped a lot. But we don't see.
I got enough internal dialogue last week with The Irishman. I don't need more internal dialogue.
Got a lot of stuttering, that's for sure.
God damn, that movie could have
been so I'll roll into mine now. I think you pretty much hit everything.
Wait, I wasn't quite done.
Oh, go ahead.
I had one more.
Go ahead. I do. The one thing that I do really like though is the names. While you're looking that up, I really enjoy all of the kind of Roman names, Roman Empire kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We can save this for the end, actually. So
okay, that's fine. All right. So you're going to find out pretty quickly that a lot of my opinions line up pretty closely with Zach's because we essentially had the same notes. Her accent just pisses me off. Like it's I was watching it with Melee and just I was like, man, her accent sucks. The biggest eye roll of my life.
Now it does mention
it's so thick.
It doesn't mention
just
like
not that
a particularly bad accent in the book, but it does have like her as like a
but also,
road traveler.
It's like they had money for a singing coach or they had money for a dialect coach, and they clearly went singing.
Here's my problem, though. It doesn't fit anybody else in Sector 12.
Right, but that's because she's a traveler.
But she's young enough to have been born.
Okay, so she's a gypsy, right? That's like the real world.
Okay.
Like,
well, I guess this is 10 years, so like she's been in the camps for 10 years.
Well, that rolls me into my next question. When the hell is this supposed to take place? It feels like the 50s.
Something is going weird. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. I like went off and on back there for a second.
All right, restart that thought. Right. So that's the problem I have as well. I have a lot of problems with this movie. It's supposed to be like I understand it's like an alternate history kind of deal, and you know, like it's supposed to be America kind of, but it's Pan Am, and so is it the 50s, 60s? Because it feels kind of Vietnam War-ish, like with the weapons they're using, and then like the technology they have.
It's pretty easy. It's 65 years before the
right, but when is that supposed to take place? You see what I'm saying? It's just like
years before the Hunger
it's like
Games.
what are we 65 going for
years.
here?
64.
64, okay.
Because the first one's 74. Because the 75th is the quarter quell.
I feel like Hunger Games itself is like easily somewhat
75
futuristic.
Is the quarter quell.
That's what I said. But the first Hunger Games movie is 74.
Gotcha.
The first Hunger Games movie is 74. Second one's 75.
Okay, so this is 80. This is 84 then.
You're going the wrong way.
Yeah, this is 10 years.
No, not the years. Not the years.
No,
We're saying this is the 70.
Yes,
the first Hunger Games.
Just
the
saying
first Hunger Games
64
movie
years before
is the 74th Hunger Games, and then the second one, Catching Fire.
I thought you meant
the 75th.
1974 was the first.
I don't think there's ever any actual dates.
But I mean, like it was just kind of confusing. If they were going to kind of pull from like sort of an alternate history, some of the stuff that they had, the tech was weird. I don't know. It was fine. That just kind of took me out of it at times. It's like
But I mean, you see that in a lot of things. Like Divergent has the same stuff going on.
No, I agree. But it's just I have problems with that too. That's just something that took me out of it.
It's all over Severance. I mean,
yeah. When the heck is this?
When the heck is Severance supposed to be taking place? Who knows?
Yeah, there's a freaking 60s White Rabbit, but they don't have but they have cell phones. Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, so you said I was gonna hate all over this movie. I actually really, really enjoyed Viola Davis's performance as I can't remember what her name was in her character. It's something weird.
Starts with a G, right?
Dude, it's so funny that you have Bottle in the Neck Girl, Death Was Crazy, and then I put Vodka Bottle in the Neck, Sheesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would have liked an explanation for her eye. Did we not get that, or did we get that and I not catch it? Because her eyes are different. What the heck? Is it just supposed to make her crazy? Seem crazy?
I honestly can't remember. It's been a while since I've read the book, so I
hate how you're kind of like the all-knowing.
He's into the lore. He likes the Hunger Games.
I do. I really do enjoy the Hunger Games quite a bit.
I do too.
The only reason why I didn't watch the fourth one, really, the third one fell off a little bit, but the fourth one
go back and watch them.
Yeah, wasn't anywhere streaming when I tried to watch it.
The fourth one is good.
Well, it's a Lionsgate movie, and therefore Paramount or something like that.
I'm probably just gonna rent it.
They're stupid with all their
I
stuff.
canceled my Paramount Plus subscription after they massacred Halo.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Fuck you, Paramount.
Netflix just picked it up.
I actually really like
Did they really?
Yeah, Netflix just picked up the Halo show.
Oh, that's crazy.
For $1?
For less.
Paramount actually paid them.
Tom Blythe, we talked a little bit already about how Coriolanus acting was not great. I just don't think he was the best choice. I think they went for like middle school girls would think is hot. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they probably succeeded, but he's just not a good actor.
No, I agree.
I don't hate the guy, just hate his acting. I also don't buy. So he may be good in some sort of like other role, I'm sure, but like he just did not sell enough for me that he could be incredibly evil.
He doesn't seem like a lead to me at all. Like he doesn't have the range to be.
He also doesn't have that many speaking parts.
Honestly, he doesn't speak that much in the book, but a lot of it is going on in his head.
Well,
so that's what bugs me is they should have had
that.
I agree.
Oh, what, Cornelius?
Yeah.
Coriolanus.
Corio.
He doesn't speak a lot. And honestly, that's a really good point. The runtime is 2 hours, 37 minutes.
It was a long freaking movie.
It was a long movie.
That's
that makes
probably
sense.
why they didn't add.
Because it was genuinely a long movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haymitch's games are next, right?
Okay.
And then the rumor is they're going back into to the original war to kind of mirror the 3 movies. So you kind of have the beginning, and then you kind of have a quarter quell, and then you have the revolution. So the rumor is the 3rd movie in this prequel series will actually take you all the way back to the Pan Am War.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's cool. Cool.
I'm into it. I want to see it.
Yeah, I also the bottle in the neck girl death was insane. We've briefly touched on it. I just don't think we've
out of left
fully
field
got it across how insane it was.
Out of left field.
So like they're in a zoo. That was also pretty crazy. They put them in a zoo in a cage and had them on display.
So like modern time Hunger Games, they're in like luxurious suites.
They're like parading them around like celebrities.
Well, that's where you see it switch is right there with Lucy Gray.
Oh yeah,
like you see like also, we can start getting things.
I gotta be honest. I really hate that they keep calling her Lucy Gray. Like it drives me nuts. Why Lucy Gray? Name? Okay. At this point, they're like in a relationship kind of or whatever. Quit calling her Lucy Gray and screaming it out into the woods. What other Lucy's out here? Holy shit! Gonna get confused with a different Lucy?
No, that's her middle name, I believe. I think that's her full name.
Yeah,
Lucy Gray.
I still find it annoying. Just call her Lucy.
It is dumb. It's stupid. Whatever.
Call her G Money. I don't give a shit.
I thought that the snakes were cool, but I didn't really understand it. Was it supposed to be like a symbolic death?
It was a plot device.
No, I know. But yeah.
So there's you're talking like her.
I understand that the movie is called A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. She sings and there's snakes. I'm saying at the end of the Hunger Games, they drop that big tank of snakes. Why?
Because so in the new Hunger Games, they have like they were some of the first. Yeah, they were some of the first animals that had been they were able to track. So the reason that she didn't get bit is because he put the scent.
Oh, I know that. That's not confusing at all. But why use the snakes at all? Is what I'm saying. Why not just go in there and shoot them?
To speed up the deaths, because that nobody wants to watch that.
Yeah, they kind of were just like all sitting around at that point.
Yeah, so like to speed. That's the same reason they have all the things happen in the Hunger Games because they would just sit out and survive.
I was just confused on like why not just murder them?
It definitely got way better.
Well, because they're
in the
betting.
New ones.
So when you bet, and I mean, you can't just go out and choose who you want.
That's fair. That's fair. I didn't consider that. Yeah. Thank you for that explanation.
I mean, they used the fireballs in the new one. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the gas.
And the TikTok clock, whatever.
And the TikTok clock.
I thought the transition from schoolboy to murderer was a little too easy.
Again, that's an internal monologue thing. You see, like he's always kind of a dirtbag. Like throughout the whole thing, you
get that a little bit just kind of with the lying.
He wants the power.
Yeah,
it's always been about power. He's not. It's not even that he's necessarily evil. I mean, I guess wanting the power makes you evil, but it's all about
absolute power corrupts.
Yeah, it's all about he already wants that power.
I'm sorry, you said TikTok clock, and I can't get the image out of my head of like when the TikTok clock goes off, they all have to do like a weird dance.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Kesha.
Or they die.
Yeah, actually, it was really, really sad to see Sejanus get hung.
Yeah, it's a brutal point for sure.
It really is,
and he's like a genuinely good dude.
I did like the guy that played the like general. Whoever that was.
Oh yeah, he's
in a couple other things.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know his name.
He almost always plays an evil dude though.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just he's been typecasted with just honestly just the way he looks. Sorry,
looks kind of evil.
Looks like an evil dude.
Wait, he was in the moon thing with Zack Snyder's movie.
No, Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon. Yeah,
I still need to watch part 2.
Did you see?
Heard it's worse.
So bad.
That there is a director's cut.
Yes. And it was even worse
now.
Yeah, and they're both bad. Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I thought they made that movie for him. Why wasn't it just? Why not just release the director's cut?
They gave him so much money.
Yeah.
Well, that was everyone's problem. Is when they were like, "What? Why is this not what he wanted?"
They're
milking.
They're trying to get the Zack Snyder Batman. Or
they wanted that same effect, but it was
Justice League
artificial.
Yeah.
I can't find that guy's name anywhere.
Anyway, so the last one I had, and it's more of a commentary on the whole saga, if you will, the whole IP. Everyone is just way too okay with killing kids.
That's the point, though. That's to show the cruelty of war and the capital and the power that they possess. That they don't see anything wrong with it.
Maybe to answer my own question, like the audience, it can easily be switched. Maybe it's more like the capital, but like, they're just way too okay with it.
And honestly, like the actual, like us as the audience. It kind of makes you feel icky when you
Yeah,
look
no,
back.
totally.
Like,
It's got to be a comedy.
and
Well,
then you look at like, because for some reason I'm on Hunger Games TikTok, but there's people like who are going deep into like the 57th games.
That's
and,
actually
like,
how we got this movie.
Well, I
and,
think that
like what is happening, it's just
kind of the
the whole
point.
thing makes you feel
Kind of the point, though, is that like with Snow, he wants to make it more entertaining because people are not watching anymore, and so I would say that the mass population don't want to watch kids getting murdered. However, they will watch it if fireballs are coming out of nowhere.
It is really circus and breadish kind of.
Yeah.
Like if you give it to them, they'll watch and they'll be easy to rule.
Yeah, it's not me. I'm gonna watch.
All right, so we are right at 116 plus
right.
our little 15-minute hiccup at the beginning. So Lance, if you want to get right into the 20 questions, we
Let's-
would do that and get the heck out of here.
Let's do it, boys. And we are ready to go.
All right, Zach, I think you've really nailed down the first question pretty much off the rip every time. Live action or animated? So,
Yep.
is it an animated movie?
It is not.
Okay.
Implying that it is live action. Go
It
ahead.
is live action. Does it take place on Earth?
It does.
Okay.
Good one.
Good one.
Is this a sci-fi franchise? Is it part of a sci-fi franchise?
No.
Can we split that into two to where it's not part of a franchise or it's not sci-fi?
Which one did you like?
Sci-fi.
Or both?
I'd rather have a franchise. Like, is it part of something else?
Okay, go ahead.
No.
Not part of something else. Okay.
Can I guess the other half?
Sure.
Is it a sci-fi movie?
There is sci-fi elements.
Uh,
I don't think you'd describe it as a sci-fi movie, but there's definitely sci-fi elements.
He's
That
given that
answers
exact answer
a lot of times.
every time so far.
That's my bread and butter.
Is the
Looks
main
like you've been eating a lot of bread
okay?
and butter.
Okay, buddy.
Is the main character a human
Yes.
Okay. On Earth is
on Earth?
not ish sci-fi. It is
Real.
live action. And what was that one that you just asked?
Real, and it's a human,
And it's a human.
and on Earth.
We have gotten nowhere.
It is a movie.
Is there a musical number? No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay.
I don't think that's a bad
Actually,
question.
do you like musicals?
I actually have a passionate hate for musicals.
Oh,
Is it a musical?
I'm looking for a reason to
No,
like you.
you would
Lance.
not describe it as a
Okay.
musical.
I don't mind musicals.
There is some singing.
really?
There is a
Yeah, I
scene
like 'em.
with singing, though. I will give you that.
Okay.
I like musicals only if I know it's a musical going in. I do not like them if I get dropped in out of nowhere.
Snow White dropped me in because it's not a musical.
It's just songs all the
animated
time.
movie, but there's probably 20 songs in that.
That's so
That's
fucking
so
annoying.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Horribly annoying.
Ick.
And none of them, except for the original ones the two that the dwarfs sing originally, are any
Yeah.
good at all. Those are the only two that are good. But anyways,
Wait,
back.
does Gal Gadot do some singing?
Yes, and it's
Even
bad.
I threw up in my mouth
worse.
just
It's bad.
Yikes.
there. All right, back.
On Earth,
Okay,
it
you got
has some
6 questions.
sci-fi elements. It's not totally a sci-fi movie, though. It's not part of a franchise.
I think we need to go
Human?
where we're at here, like year release. We need to decide when this was.
Is it a movie released in the last 10 years?
Yes.
10 is a big number. That's not what I would have said.
You can use another one.
What are we at? 7?
7.
Okay. I want to. Was this movie? No, there's no way you know that. And I don't
can
think
look
that
it
I
up
would
for
know
you.
that. No, that's
Okay.
fine. I was gonna ask if it's like a critically acclaimed or like gotten any awards.
It almost sounded like there was some musical aspects to this movie.
He said there was some singing, but it's not a musical.
Okay.
It's definitely not a musical, but there is some music that plays a strong part.
Is it a high school now? Man, okay.
Don't focus on that though, because that'll
No,
take you clear off.
Go ahead.
The musical part of it?
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
So it's not part of a big franchise. That's what kind of throws me off because he loves those movies.
I'm not gonna pick movies that are easily guessable though.
I don't know. Valerian wasn't a franchise.
Yeah, but I knew he liked that movie.
That's fair. You pulled that out of your ass.
That was an insane time.
Yeah. Okay. God damn. Is the main character a male?
So there's I'm not going to answer a question for this, but there's multiple main characters, but the main character is not a male.
If we reach 10 questions and have gotten nowhere, I think we get a hint.
Sure.
That's fair.
Are there any... No. I was gonna say, are there any robots? But he's already said no to the sci-fi thing. Is this a drama?
No.
Okay. He loves comedies.
And there's sci-fi elements. Does he
There
like
isn't.
Adam? Does he
There
like?
isn't.
There is
There is.
sci-fi elements.
Oh,
Does he like Adam Sandler movies?
he does.
I do.
I'm thinking right now in my head something about
Another one.
You know that Adam Sandler movie about the
Click?
Click?
Oh, I thought you were going Pixels, man. I was excited.
No, I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking Click.
No, I don't think.
Although that is a hard
pretty
Adam Sandler is the main character.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Robert Schneider or whatever his name is.
Rob Schneider.
Robbie.
Rob Schneider is
Robbie boy.
a stapler. Anyways,
Yo, what? Man.
how many questions are we at right now?
You're at 8.
8. Okay.
I can give you a free hint, or I can give you one that'll cost 3 guesses right now. I would suggest going free hint first, but that's just me.
Go free hint.
Yep. Let's do it.
I would lean into what genre of movie this is, because that'll help narrow your path.
Is it a
quite
comedy?
bit. No.
So it's not a drama, not a comedy. Is it an action movie?
No. That's 10.
The hell?
But it's a main genre. I'm not trying to.
What other?
screw you.
Is it? It's got to be horror, right?
Are you considering a romantic comedy a comedy?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be horror then.
It's gonna be horror then.
Yes.
Is it a horror?
Yes.
Okay.
That's 11.
Okay.
I am out.
You can probably think of the
I
movies,
rarely.
though.
Yeah, I think
I don't
you would
watch-
know this.
I don't
movie,
watch them
think,
either.
for sure. I would think you.
There's sci-fi elements.
Okay. I'm asking him. I want to ask: is it more supernatural, demony, or is it jump scary? I think that if
I
we
think
ask,
it's really hard to differentiate those now. 'Cause almost
the
everything has
jump
a-
scare. I think a square is a rectangle type deal. I think jump scares can be demony, but I don't think demony ones are necessarily jump scares.
Would he consider a thriller a horror movie? Because if you're talking about The Purge,
Or like
for instance,
Prisoners.
yeah,
I would probably lump those into a scary horror.
okay. So
movie.
we are saying a thriller would be horror
To an extent, yeah.
to an extent.
Yes, it would have to be more thriller than action though. I'm not giving you Liam Neeson's Taken or anything.
So what are we at
that.
right now? The 12?
All right, you're at 11.
11.
And it's the last 10 years.
Golly, that doesn't.
Did you say did we ask if the lead was a kid or not? Or an adult? Did we ask that? Is the movie about kids?
Not explicitly, no.
No. So the lead's
Oh.
So the lead wouldn't be a
Wait.
child.
Okay, I think I got it. He loves Get Out, and he loves the other one.
Oh, with what's his face?
Is it a Jordan Peele directed movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so it's I can't think of the name of the other one. It's Get Out and
Us?
Us.
Nope.
Are in this movie, are there doubles of the characters?
Yes.
Is the movie Us?
Yes. 15. Wow.
Nailed it.
He has read me like a book these last couple of weeks.
A couple of times.
I'm coming in wild and hot next week. But
You heard it here
Just
first.
the way we
Have-
like him.
have either of you actually seen that movie?
No.
Nope.
Go in and please watch it. I know that it's a hard watch for you guys because you're not
I just don't.
explicitly scared.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that stuff.
But I promise
that
you,
stuff.
it's on my top 10
For a split
of
second
all
there,
time movies.
I thought we had him with The Purge. I got to be honest.
It was either that, and the only thing that saved me from actually guessing one, I almost guessed Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf.
I've never seen that.
I didn't think that that was one thing that I didn't think that you had seen it, and then also it's way over 10
I
years.
kind of thought I would get you going a Midsommar route. I thought that's where you were gonna get stuck.
That crossed my mind when we first mentioned horror, but yeah, I just didn't go that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Or do you like a book?
I can wholeheartedly recommend that. Please watch the movie Us. It is a top 10 movie
I think the majority of people have probably
ever
seen
made.
It.
No,
Is Jordan Peele overrated?
No. Get Out's great.
Did you see Nope?
Us is fantastic. Nope is not good, but everybody deserves a miss. So wait
Fair.
for movie 4.
Honestly, Nope was the only one that I looked was like, oh, that's appealing.
Nope was just too slow. I think the other two are.
It had Asian guy in it that from the zombie shit, Walking Dead.
Oh,
yes.
Stephen Yeun?
Steven, yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's like the camera guy or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, they're great movies. Please, at least if you don't think you can watch Us, watch Get Out. It's not as scary.
Okay.
Give that one a try.
Cool.
You'll be hooked, and then you'll watch Us.
All right, guys.
And that's what I'm looking
Thanks
for.
for listening. Check out the website. We're gonna have a lot of articles coming your way. Also, follow us on socials.
Which the website is?
TripleTakePodcast.com. Follow us on all socials, the same name.
Yep.
And
Thanks,
click
guys.
the
Follow,
articles on the
subscribe.
website. So.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.